Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Today I am going over my debt picture, just sharing with you my journey and where I started, where I'm at right now, and where I want to be, and my plan to get there. So I'll just write it all out for you. I know that a lot of people like to see kind of all the details and how much you end up actually paying on things. So I will share that with you. But just for a little bit of background, so I graduated college with a little over $20,000 in student loan debt. It was unavoidable. I wanted to go to college and I got as many scholarships as I could, but you know, there just wasn't enough money to get me fully there. So I think that my total education cost was around $80,000. So I think a $20,000 loan is not as bad as it could be. It's still quite a bit of money, and I feel that every single month when I pay the loan, but it's not as bad as it could be. And then in addition to my student loan, in December of 2018, I bought a car, not a new car, it was a used car. Because that's when I graduated that May, and I was driving back and forth between two cities commuting, and my car was just a junker. It was making this terrible screeching sound, and it was time to get a new one because I was about to have to pay like a $500 fix, and honestly the car wasn't worth it at that point. So I said, why not just use $500 as a down payment? And at that point in my life, I wasn't able to put a better down payment towards it. So I ended up with about $10,000 of a loan on the car. And I've since paid that off, actually. So that was beautiful. I paid that off earlier this year. But so that is my total debt picture. And I will go over that and take you through the numbers. So let's start don't die on me, pin. Debt picture. Okay, so like I mentioned, the two debts that I have /had are my car loan and my student loan. So I'll start with my car loan. So car loan, and then I'll do my student loan here. Student loan. So for my car loan, it was a used 2010 Toyota Prius, which I chose because I really wanted a Prius. I love the way they look, I love the way they drive, and I also love the environment. So actually let me zoom you in here. There you go, and just down. Okay, sorry. So the price of my car, that I technically paid for it, and I say that loosely, I don't remember the exact number, but it is around $8,400. And then I also bought a $2,000 warranty because I wanted to be covered in case of mechanical failure, because with an older car, I just felt like I didn't want to take the risk with really expensive parts being almost as much as the car was worth, so I just paid for the warranty. It gave me peace of mind, and I don't regret that at all. I actually haven't had to use it, so I hope I don't regret it. I hope it works if I need to use it. So that amount is $10,400, and then I put a $1,500 down payment. Down payment. So, doing math right now. 8,900. Whew, close. Okay, so that is what's left. But then I had to pay for just all of the tax, title, license stuff. So my loan ended up being, I don't actually know what that exact number is. I'm sure I could actually do the math on it, but my loan ended up being $10,504.13. loan amount, which is not great out the door, but I guess that's $1,604.13 is how much that is. And that might be wrong because I'm literally just doing that right off the bat. But anyway, so that's how much my loan is. And I have since paid it off. The total amount that I paid, and it took me 15 months to pay it off, but it was a priority of mine because the interest was 8.54%, which is crazy high. And that's how much I had to pay because I was a first-time car buyer. So I had to pay a ridiculous amount of money. But it was still, it could have been worse. But so I total have paid $12,886.99. And so of this portion, obviously this amount was principal, my loan amount, $10,504. So I'm going to write principal. And then of that, my interest portion that I paid was $882.86. So that honestly could have been worse. I mean, it's still quite a bit of money, but if I had taken the full term to pay it off, it would have been just a sickening amount of money, honestly. So what really upsets me about this is the fact that I paid almost $13,000 out the door for a car that's only worth $8,400. So I've since learned from this decision, and I will not do this again. My husband and I, our next plan, so he drives, his car is a 2003, and so that's in our peripheral that we need to be replacing that pretty soon. So we are planning to pay all cash for that and not use any credit for that because that was just the worst. But, yeah, so that's all paid off. So the other loan that I have that is not paid off is my student loan. And these are all at varying interest rates, but I'm just going to say it's around 4%. So there's actually 8 separate loans, and I can write them all out. And they all have different interest rates. Actually, there's 7 loans. And they all have different interest rates, but they're all kind of hovering around that 4% mark. Okay, so I accumulated, $21,275 of student loan debt. And I say accumulated because when I graduated, I had actually been paying on them every month. So I think that the amount was a little bit less. Not very much. I think it was still almost $21,000. So happy that paying all during college only brought me down $275. But I paid on them during school because I knew that after my 6-month period after graduation, my interest would consolidate and I would start having to pay interest on that, and I didn't want to do that. So I was always just making a monthly payment, just whatever I could, $30, $60, just depended. So that's how much I started with. So far, I have paid $6,540.91. Of that, the principal is $5,280, and the interest amount is $1,340.11. So I currently still have $16,074.20. So this obviously is a lot of money, And up until March, I was making only income-driven repayments because I was working a low-paying job and I was providing for myself. So I just wasn't able to make higher than that, and they were $136 per month. And then in April, I changed it. I know we didn't have to pay anymore on federal loans at that point, but I changed it to be the standard repayment plan, which means that every single payment for 10 years is the same, as opposed to the income-driven plan where it goes up incrementally every 2 years. And I was like, I don't want to do that anymore because I don't want it to be more later. And you end up paying more interest that way. So now my payment is $222 per month. But also since April, I've been paying a lot more on it because I'm no longer paying on my car. So I've been doing way, way more. And that's how the balance has kind of dropped. I know usually if you've only been paying for 2 years, you really haven't probably touched very much of the actual principal, but that's how I've been able to do that. And then my goal for this is to have it paid off by October of 2021. So next year. And I have made a plan of how to do that. So it's just about, will the income come in? We'll see. But I will walk you through each separate loan, and then I'll show you my fun little debt repayment kind of sheet that I made for myself as a visual person. So let me just move it up. Okay, so of my seven loans, they're all through the same provider, so it's all just one monthly payment, but they're each for a different semester. So my first one is loan 932, and the amount, and these balances are actually not current. Well, most of them are current because since none of them are accruing interest, all of my payments are able to go to I'm able to allocate them to a specific loan at this time, but sometimes that's not true, or sometimes that doesn't work. But it's working right now. So when I took these numbers, I think in June, this is how much I owed on each one. So I owe $4,225.65, and the interest rate is 4.04%. So I'll do loan amount APR, and like I said, they're all around the same amount, so I'm not really focusing on the interest rate. I am following the debt snowball method, kind of. It's hard when they're all under one loan because sometimes you can only allocate where they go sometimes. So I'm doing my best to do that. So my next one is $1,813.61, and that is also at 4.04%. So I did the Dave Ramsey snowball method, which you've probably heard of. If you haven't, you can look it up. It's super simple. You just pay your debt smallest to largest, and it's all about like an emotional win, basically. And so that's what I was doing with my car, but now I really only had 2 loans, so it's not quite working anymore. But so I have this one is $4,244.39, and that interest rate is 3.51%. Next one, 935, is $1,503.20, and that interest rate is 3.51% as well. The next one is 936. But this one, actually, at the time that I did this, I'd already paid it off. So it's 0. And I think that one started, that was my lowest loan because it was a summer curricular It was also 4.04%. And I think that one was 820 when I had it. So it wasn't a lot. And then 937 this is my biggest one, so it'll be last. $5,171.35. And that interest rate is 4.2%. And then my other one has now been paid off. Woohoo! But at the time that I was making this chart, it had, so I'll write it in parentheses, $661.75. And that one was also a 4.2% interest rate. So altogether, they equal right now $16,074.20. So that's the total picture. And then let me zoom you back out and show you my little tracker that I use. So I just made this, and it goes smallest to largest, and it's just a cute little box to show me how much I've paid off with each loan amount. And actually, since doing this, I've paid off an additional since last coloring this in, I've actually paid off an additional $60 of this loan, so I can color up to $80 of that. So that's just a fun little visual way I use to track it. I'm still so far away from finishing, but I think that now that I can really pick up steam with my payments, I can close that out. So I'm excited about that. So thanks for watching. If you like what you saw, please make sure to subscribe and hit that thumbs up button. It means a lot to me. And let me know in the comments below if you are also working on student loan debt and an emoji that summarizes how you feel about that. Okay, thanks, bye, guys.